Alright, so after that first little bit, there's a head and a tail, so a tank on each side. And then there's going to be ads. And you want the ads killed by the DPS as fast as possible. Hopefully the DPS will kill the ads here. And then after the ads, you can get some damage in on the Leviathan, and then after that, there'll be some bubbles that pop up here in a little bit. Bubbles. Those. Nobody ever attacks the tail. I don't know why. Like, the tail does damage, or the tail takes damage too. Like, I don't know why people never want to attack the tail. Alright, and then after all the little orbs die, he's gonna go underwater again. Right about here. Okay, slaps the boat. And then you activate this thing. And then he does the super attack, which won't kill us now because the thing is activated. Yay. And then the music changes for no reason. And there's still some ads, so you still have to kill ads. But for the most part, it's just tank and tank the rest of the year. I wish I could show you guys. Maybe I can turn it to kind of fighting over there. When he had like this tiny silver hut.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks. 'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
So that's a little nod to the fact that they did change Thancred's class, and it won't be the last time that they do. Just a little foreshadowing there. But yeah, like I said at the very beginning of the game, he had warrior skills, but he was supposed to be a bard, or maybe he was a bard before the 1.0 relaunch, or 2.0 relaunch, or whatever. And so, yeah, he's changed skills a few times, but now he's apparently a thief, so...
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Minfilia, please!
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'ashtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course, then. But know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
That's pretty dark. And it's a lot of complex issues. But yeah, it's kind of a dark moment there. The Admiral has informed me of the arrangement. I have in my keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Yagiri. To the south stands a gate leading to a pier for smaller fishing vessels. Look for an unscrupulous Yuran man there, and present the letter to him. He serves the gatekeeper of sorts. Now, before you go, I am obliged to remind you that the members of the fraternity to which you would be introduced abide in the shadows of Leminzen society. They value their independence more highly than pirates, and are united by a bond stronger than mithril. To wit, they are invariably wary of new faces. Though it be penned by the Admiral herself, mere words on parchment will get you only so far in their confidence. You must work for every ounce of trust they place in you. But here's the letter. Go to the aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man. Oh, and good luck. But yeah, it's a pretty... I mean, they're talking about some pretty heavy stuff there. You know, there's only so much land, and everybody wants to survive, and she's right. It's her duty to take care of Limsa Lominsa. She is the leader of Limsa Lominsa, so it is her duty, right? So that makes sense. But at the same time, Y'shtola is not wrong either, because if, you know, you can say that, like, oh, well, if a person deserves the right to, if a man deserves the right to live, so does a beast man. So it's kind of a tough situation there, for certain. Got business with me, Venture? So, you're the woman the Admiral sent word of. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Tancred, too. Been a while since I saw his shite-eating grin. But what with all the doe-eyed wenches about, I suspect he's got his hands full. Ah, and you must be the far easterner that, what Merriweb says wants to train with us. Welcome to Limsa, my lady. I am Yagiri of Doma. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when first I learned of your organization, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Limsa is a society of or city of pirates, to be sure, and pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as the people and I keep to the shadows, but we've got nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better for business that we remain unseen. And so you have developed fighting techniques suited to this purpose. I see. Know that the practitioners of my art, too, are denizens of shadow. 'Tis in stealth that our strength lies. There is much we might learn from one another, I think. Then, what in the seven hells are we waiting for? If you come with us, you geary do-whatsits, we can get acquainted in more private surroundings. That didn't come out right, did it? The name or the private surroundings part? Both were kind of bad. Lady Sophie, I shall remain with these people for a time, that I might study their ways. Though I am loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been a true friend to us Domans. No words would suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it would be my honor to welcome you as a student. Now you might think that means she trains ninjas, but she does not actually train the ninjas. But yeah, this quest line right here basically not unlocks. The patch that this quest line was in unlocked ninjas. I do not believe you had to do this story first to unlock the ninja stuff. Because I think once Thief and Ninja was unlocked, like I think new characters that started in Limsa could do it. You can't make a new character that's a ninja though. That was an interesting choice. And the reason it's interesting is because really early on they said that Thief was one of the classes that they meant to have at launch, and they didn't actually add it. And it is it's the only class that got added that was not part of an expansion. So it came before Heavensward. Obviously, we're doing it now. And it starts at level 1, just like everything else so far does. But you could not pick it once they added it in the patch, you still couldn't choose it for the opening. And I don't know why, except for that maybe that meant that they would have had to write an extra couple of scenes or make a couple extra scenes or something to do it, but they never did. So basically what you would have to do if you want to be if you want to start off as a ninja, or a thief I mean, and you're making a new character, you have to start off as either a warrior or an arcanist, because those are the two classes that are in Limsa. And then you level to 15 and do the story quest so that it unlocks to let you, not the story quest, the class quest. So you do your class quest. And then at level 15, you might remember for the warrior gladiator quest, she was like, I'll let you go and study other stuff now, but remember, you're always a gladiator first, right? So once you get to that part where they let you join other groups or change classes or whatever, then you can go and unlock the ninja thief combo. Or if you want to go the long way, you can play anything you want to start off with, and then you have to do all the story until you get to the part where it sends you to Limsa, and then you can do it, which should theoretically be around the same point, but it'd be a little bit longer, maybe like 2 hours longer or so. But yeah, this unlocks thief goes to 30, and then at 30 you go and unlock ninja, and you would think Igiri would be the trainer after all that talk, but she actually is not the person that trains ninjas. Some random ninjas from Doma are the ones that train. Much and more has occurred since first I beheld Eorzea from the galleon's deck. Suffice it to say, I did not envisage It's a hard word to say, I don't know why. Envisage being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept you over long. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When next you meet Lady Minfilia, pray relate to her my humblest thanks. Would that I could do so in person, but I must needs fulfill my purpose, or my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, warrior of light. And then because this is a nice little wrap-up spot, well, I mean, I'm going to continue here in a second, but because this is kind of the end, this is going to be the end of this chunk of story, we'll do Ninja next. Like, I wanted to, not Ninja, Thief. We'll do Thief next. I wanted to show you guys the Thief storyline from 1 to 30 is actually really cool. Ninja storyline from 30 to 50 sucks, but Thief storyline from 1 to 30 is actually really cool. So we're going to do that next on the next episode. But first, we must finish this up.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me. When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul, but never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elidibeth spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed. There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder, could the legend in fact refer to the Echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long. Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be. 'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
12 preserve.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
It is done, my lord. I... Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
I'm trying to fix this, but